Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Michelle Barrett. I've been a personal stylist for 25 years. I now help people like you build capsule wardrobes that mix and match easily. So welcome back today. So today I wanted to talk to you about how to use accessories in your wardrobe, how to style accessories, the way that I do it, and also how you can reduce that overwhelm. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because it's been requested several times. So thank you so much to everybody who comments, who likes, subscribes, shares. Honestly, all of that helps me create more content for you. So keep it coming. I reply to every single message. So a few of you have asked me a few times if I can help you with accessorizing your wardrobe. Now, I know sometimes it can feel really overwhelming. I know that sometimes people feel like they don't know what to put together, what bits and pieces to match, how to match them, how to put them with your outfits. So I'm hoping by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea. Throughout, I'm going to show you my flat lay ideas again so you can see how you could put accessories together. I'm going to show you a few different options so that you might be able to look at what you've already got in your wardrobe and match them in a similar way. Or alternatively, you can look at some of the links in the notes if there's anything you particularly like and you want to go out and actually buy. In addition, I'm going to talk to you about how you can minimize down your wardrobe so that you've only got the accessories that you need. Because as somebody who's really into capsule wardrobes, I can promise you often the problem with overwhelm, whether it's building one outfit or whether it's building an outfit with accessories, is usually too many items. Now, the average woman in a recent survey has 9 bags or purses if you're in the US and 24 pairs of shoes. Now, I honestly think that most of us, not all of us, we'll all be very different, but most of us don't need that many. If you're enjoying this channel, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Even tell the postman when he turns up, I'm sure he won't mind. Anyway, let's get started. Now, the main reason why people get frustrated with accessories, I find, is usually because they struggle to work out how to wear them. Do you match them? Don't you match them? There's so much different advice out there. And also, what colours do you choose? How big should your bag be? How small should your bag be? How big should your belt be? How small should your belt be? Should you match your belt to your shoes? There's so many different questions. And I find that that is often the reason why people struggle to put outfits together. Now, a lot of this depends on your personal preference. I have discovered since doing this video on this channel that actually some people disagree with some things that I present, and that's absolutely fine, because the beauty of creating a wardrobe that works for you, it should be what you like. Now, in regards to different accessories, it will be really different. Each one of you will be a different individual and have different types of bags. For example, I don't have really any heels. I don't really own any heels. I don't like walking in heels. I tend to have relatively flat shoes. The most I'll go is maybe a wedge. And I tend to have predominantly 2 main colours in my wardrobe in regards to my main accessories, i.e. Shoes, belts and bags. I have a few different colours in my shoes, but mainly belts and bags, they're in 2 different colours. So it will entirely depend on you and it will be different for you. But throughout talking here, I'm actually going to show you lots of different flat lays. I'm also going to show you some ideas of how I put items together so you can see some of the outfits that I have and how I've linked them through my outfit. So one of the first things I want to look at is bags or purses. Now, I have, I think 6 different bags. I have 6 different bags in total, and they've all got different functions. Now, 2 of them are the same colour. They're like in a cognac brown colour. One of them is like a crossbody smaller bag, and the other one is a larger rucksack. Now, the reason why I do that is because I've also got a cognac belt, so then I match it through. So if I'm going to wear something, I'm going to wear my cognac belt, I'll take one of those bags with me. So I've got one that's smaller and one that's bigger. So depending on what I'm doing, I then choose whichever one it is I'm going to take with me. I will say as well, most of my bags are really kind of practical. I'm not really into having little clutch bags or anything like that. If you are, you'll still find this useful. So what I tend to do is match my bag to my belt, and then often what I'll do is I'll match it through to my shoes as well, although not always. So for example, in the winter I have 2 pairs of boots, quite heavy boots. One is in black and one is in cognac. If I'm wearing the cognac outfit, I'll wear the cognac boots. If I'm wearing the black, I'll wear the black boots. So in that instance as well, I've got a black belt, and then I've also got a small black bag as well. So there again, I would link the bag with the belt and then link it through to my shoes. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule, and you don't have to link things through that way. What I'll occasionally do as well is I've often got like a trilby hat, and the band that's on the trilby hat is also in leather, and then I will also link that through. What it does is whatever then you're wearing underneath your outfit, if you pull it through, whether it be a bag to shoes, belt to shoes, belt to hat, however it is, if you're kind of linking it through, it just makes the outfit look so much more coordinated immediately. Now, what I would suggest you do predominantly, and if you're somebody who loves colour, you don't have to stick to this rule 100%, but like I do, if you've got 2 main kind of types of colours that you use, whether you use pleather or whether you use leather, and you link it right the way through your outfit, it's really easy then to choose your accessories, because you just say, right, today I am going to wear this white dress, so I'm going to choose my cognac bag, so therefore I'll wear my cognac sandals, or I'll wear my black bag and I'll wear my black sandals, or my black belt and my black boots, or whatever it is, and you just link it through. So you don't have to have all 3. So for example, I mean bag, belt, maybe hat and shoes, but that's even 4, but you don't have to link it all through. But if something links through on your outfit, it definitely does make it much more coordinated. So that is one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you. Now, another thing with bags, if you are quite petite, then generally I would go for smaller bags. You don't want something that's too overwhelming. If you're taller, obviously you can get away with something a little bit bigger. I know as well within that there's a practicalities. I do have quite a big, I'm only 5'3", and I have quite a big cognac coloured leather rucksack, which I'm working down. I think it would last me probably the rest of my life, which is why I like it. I'll put the link to that in the notes as well, because it's still available on Etsy. So you can, that is a big bag on me, but sometimes I need it, particularly if I'm going down to the beach. Next up, I want to talk about jewellery. Now, jewellery can do lots of different things, and one of the first things that I want to talk to you about in regards to jewellery is, do you go for gold or do you go for silver? So one of the first things that you can do, and this applies to kind of any colour that you wear, if you look on the inside of your wrist, if your veins look like they are blue, you're probably more towards cooler based. If your veins look like they are green, you are probably more towards warmer based. Now, some of you will find that your veins look a little bit purple as well. Now, if they look a little bit purple, the chances are you sit somewhere in between, which is why when I do a colour analysis for people, I don't put them in the standard, warm summer and, a cool winter categories, those original 12 categories, because I think that most people fall between those categories. If you need help with that, by the way, colour analysis or anything, just get in touch with me and book in for a consultation. The link is in the notes. So so if you are more cool based, you'd probably be better off with silver. If you are more warm based, you will probably be better off with gold. If you sit somewhere in the middle, you can probably get away with both, although I would say that very yellow, brassy, the very yellow gold probably might be a little bit too much. But one of the colours that you might be able to get away with is the rose gold. So rose gold would probably be okay for if you are warm or if you are cool or if you are somewhere in between, because it's not as bright and as vibrant as that yellow gold. In addition with jewellery, another thing that I suggest you do again is link through, much like the belt and the shoes and the bag that I mentioned last time. If you link through with your accessories with jewellery as well, you get a similar effect. So let's say you've got a ring, or you've got a bracelet, or you've got a necklace and earrings. Again, try and link 1 or 2 of them together. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but if you're going to go for silver, go for silver. And I even do this to the extent that it links through to maybe a buckle on my shoes or a buckle on my belt. So therefore, if I'm wearing silver, it's better if I've got a silver buckle on my belt. So I link it right the way through. Now, it's entirely up to you if you do this, and you don't have to do it 100%, but it does, again, make things more coordinated. Now, the next thing you want to know about jewellery, really, is if you've got quite delicate features, if you're quite petite, then I wouldn't go for too much overwhelming, really heavy duty jewellery. I would go for something that's a little bit more delicate and understated. Understated tends to, and this is not 100%, but tends to look a little bit more sophisticated than really bright, vibrant, loads of different colours. Another tip to give you as well, if you are conscious of maybe a tummy, or you feel like you've put on a lot of weight around your middle, which happens to a lot of us when we reach middle age, long jewellery that kind of comes down, almost cuts the body in half, works really well as well. So, you know, a necklace that maybe comes all the way down the body, it kind of then cuts the body in half. That can work really well as well. Now, in addition, if you are maybe heavy around the hips, if you wear something like a scarf, I'll talk about scarves in a minute, but if you wear like a scarf or some really interesting jewellery around your neck or around your cuffs or something, again, it's just taking attention away from that area. So any areas that you are not happy with in your body, what I suggest you do is add bling, essentially, in the opposite place. So put it somewhere which is drawing the eye away from that area which you're not so happy with, and wear matte, darker colours on that area, and something quite vibrant with an accessory or with some jewellery elsewhere. I want to talk about shoes. Shoes are so important. Now, like I said, it seems that most women have more shoes than that they need, and I would say that actually a lot of them have a lot more than that average. If that is you and you're trying to work out what ones to keep and what ones to get rid of, then what I would suggest is eliminate them down in my kind of standard way of eliminating any decluttering any wardrobe, and that is look at how often you wear them. How often have you worn them over the last year? If you live in a seasonal climate, this can be slightly different because obviously we have really big heavy boots for the winter, and then we might have lighter sandals for the summer. So kind of split it up into two categories, have one section for the winter and one section for the summer. And even if you've got some that sort of transition in between, maybe a pair of trainers, then just put them in one category or the other. It doesn't entirely matter. But what I want you to do is think about, over the last year, how often have you worn that pair of shoes? If you've not worn them in a year and they're not for something specific, i.e. maybe they're skiing boots, or maybe they are wet shoes for when you go surfing in the summer and you've not worn them for a while, then that's slightly different. But if it's that you just haven't worn them because you've just not had an outfit to put them together with, then the chances are they need to go. Now, what I would suggest, if you've not worn them in over a year, I would consider getting rid of them. Sell them ideally, if not donate, because it's just cluttering up your wardrobe. And like with your clothes, it's exactly the same with your clothes. If you've not seen my decluttering video regarding building a capsule wardrobe, I'll put the link here now so that you can take a look at that, because that goes into detail how to declutter your wardrobe. But with shoes, what essentially you want to do is look at it over a whole year. If you've not worn them in a year, consider getting rid of them. If you've got kind of multiples, then again, say like you've got 4 pairs of white trainers, then what I would suggest you look at is the ones that are most comfortable, the ones that are most functional, the ones that you go for the most, which is usually under those 3 categories again, and then also the ones that are the newest and the best quality. With anything in your wardrobe, you basically go through all those categories to help you eliminate. Now, another tip is, how often do you actually wear them? So divide your lifestyle up over a month and consider what you do in that month. You know, if you go out to work, or maybe you've just retired, or maybe you've stopped to have children, or whatever it is, do you need all those heels in your wardrobe that maybe you're not wearing anymore? And also the other thing, and this is kind of really important, if something feels really uncomfortable, are you really going to wear it again? And if you are, if you're one of those women, and I know some of you, and I absolutely admire you, there's a friend of mine, she used to be an air hostess, and she can wear the highest, tiniest heels, with the tiniest little, like thin, tiny heels, and she wears them all the time, and she walks amazingly in them. I can't do it. I don't like doing it. My feet are too wide. My feet kill me, and I just, it doesn't make me happy, so I don't do it. But if that is you, then absolutely hat off to you. So with shoes, what you want to try and do is match them in at some point in your outfit. Now, I'm going to talk about bags and belts as well, but essentially what I tend to do is I have I've basically two belts. Well, actually I've got three. There's one I use occasionally, which is gold. One's black and one's cognac brown. They're both leather. So if I'm wearing the brown belt, the brown cognac brown belt, I will match that through to my bag and my shoes, or maybe just my bag. If I'm wearing the black one, I do the same. If I'm wearing the gold, sometimes that's to add something different. But essentially, try and match your shoes somewhere in your outfit. Now, if they are plain black leather, or they're plain or pleather, or they're plain brown, or whatever it is, and you can just match it through to a belt, you could match it through to your bag, you could match it through to even a band on your hat. But the other tip that I can give you as well, let's say you've got a pair of ruby slippers. I've actually got a pair of bright red shoes. Now, the way in which that I would wear those, again, I would link them through to some other accessory. I might link them through to a bag. I might link them through to a beret. I've got a pair of like Mary Jane, like I say, like ruby slippers, red shoes, and what I will often do is wear like a simple dress or something, or a floral dress, and then link that through to a beret in the winter, so it matches straight through. But the other way that you could do this as well is, because shoes and shoes mainly the ones that I think we have more colours in than anything else, but you can do this, you could do this with belts, you could also do it with bags as well, but particularly with shoes. Let's say you've got a bright red pair of shoes, or you've got a bright blue pair of shoes or something, you love them, but you've not got a bag or belt or anything like that to match them with. The way in which you can do it is to match them to a print. So let's say, for example, let's look at my scarf here. So I've got this red colour here, I've got this kind of bluey grey colour there, and there's also like a white sort of colour in the background there. Now, the reason why I kind of put this on today is because this grey blue colour is a slightly darker version of this, and it's cool. These colours are really cool, and so they go with the coolness of the rest of my outfit. But what I could possibly do with this is, if I had a pair of shoes in any one of these colours, then I could link that through to this scarf. So this scarf could be a pattern on a dress, it could be a pattern on a top, it could be a pattern on a skirt. It actually doesn't matter where the pattern is, but always link the accessory to the pattern rather than the background of the pattern. Now, I would never try and link a pair of shoes to this colour here. I would only ever link it to the actual pattern. Now, the reason why I say that is because often the colour isn't exactly the same. It's never exactly the same, and that doesn't matter, but it blends and it works a lot better if you match it to something that's a lot smaller than if you match it to the whole backdrop. If I tried to match it to the whole of the pink of the back of this scarf, and whether this was a dress or whatever it is, it would look slightly off, because the chances are the shoes wouldn't match absolutely directly. And it doesn't matter if they're not a perfect match, because they're kind of far enough away on the body, and also it's a small area. So that's a really good idea if you've got shoes or bags or belts, or even kind of bits of jewellery. You know, say like you've got a pair of earrings that have got red in them, like a red stone in them, then maybe you could link that through to somewhere in your dress. Now, next I want to talk about scarves and hats. So I've kind of mentioned this a little bit already, but I think one of the beautiful things about scarves, particularly whether it's in like autumn, winter, or whether it's in spring, summer, and I know some of you will live in a climate where the idea of anything around your neck will make you go, oh no, it's too hot. I totally understand that, so you'll just have to fast forward this bit. But essentially, I think it can be a really good way to have a neutral outfit, canvas colours. Canvas colours, I mean like the beige, the white, the cream, the ivory, the black, the navy. Very much backdrop colours, a little bit like this silver colour I'm wearing today. So very much like your background colours, you could wear a whole outfit with that and then have one bright scarf. You know, it could just be in bright yellow. I mean, in the winter, let's say you're wearing all charcoal grey and you've got a bright yellow scarf or something like this. Now, like I said earlier, I would always use the colours in this pattern to link through to the rest of my outfit. So I would always know that this would go with burgundy, it would go with that bluey sort of grey colour as well, and any of those patterns on there would work with the rest of my wardrobe. Now, something I quite like to do as well, and it's kind of a little bit French and Parisian inspired, is to wear something in just two colours. So let's say ivory and navy. Ivory and navy is a really good one, actually. So you wear a whole outfit of ivory and navy, and then maybe a neck scarf that's in a brighter colour. So it could be something like this. You could wear it in your hair, like me, or you could wear it around your neck, or even tie it around the strap of your bag, your purse. I've seen people do that, you know, make like a feature of it on your bag. Now, this is all down to personal preference, and some of you will like the idea of this and some of you won't. But actually, having one little shot of colour that links the rest of the outfit together can work really nicely. And what you could also do is say, like, have your ivy and navy throughout your outfit, have a little bit of ivory or navy in that neck scarf, and then another brighter colour as well. It really finishes it off. And in the way that I would do that as well is I would then probably link a neck scarf through to a hat. So they work really well. Scarves can either be very neutral, very neutral and muted, or bright and really kind of highlight an outfit. And actually, I've even seen it done where you wear like a bright scarf and then a bright pair of boots or shoes. That can be really nice in those dark, dull winter months when there's no colour anyway. You just get these two shots of colour, particularly if you're the sort of person that likes colour but don't feel quite brave enough to wear it. That's a really great way of adding accessories to make it a little bit more interesting. Now, with hats, I'm a really big fan of hats. I wear them quite a lot. I wear berets a lot in the winter and also trilby hats. I wear straw hats in the summer. I sometimes tie a scarf in my hair as well. I think the beauty of having hats on is that if you're having a bit of a bad hair day, you can just put your hat straight on top. But I know some of you will struggle with hats and struggle with how to wear them as well. So what I suggest you maybe do is go to a big department store or somewhere where you can buy or try on lots of hats. Go with a really good friend who's going to be kind and honest with you and tell you what you like, particularly if you really like the idea of wearing a hat but you've never actually found one that works for you. If you need help with any of that, always book in for a consultation with me, because I can always help you kind of style things like that up as well. But the way, like I said earlier, you can like link a hat through is like I quite like to wear a bright coloured, say bright red beret in the winter and link it through to a bright red pair of shoes. Or I might link it through to a red pattern on a top or a dress. It's a really nice way of wearing a hat and linking it through. And as I mentioned earlier as well, also the band that can go around a hat, so it could be in leather, it could be a ribbon, it could be whatever it is, but whatever colour that band is, link that through somewhere in your outfit as well. So in conclusion, the best way you can wear accessories is to either link them through to a pattern in your outfit somewhere, or link them somewhere else on your body. Now, you could wear one coloured hat on its own, and then you could wear a pair of shoes and a belt that link together. Or alternatively, let's say you've got a black belt on, black shoes, or if you don't wear belts, a black bag, maybe black shoes, and then maybe your hat, if you decide to wear a hat, the colour of it or the band on it links through to one of the patterns in your outfit, or vice versa, maybe your shoes link to a pattern in your outfit. But the best way to do it is to make sure that somewhere that accessory links to somewhere else in your outfit, because it will, I promise you, it will make your outfits look more coordinated. Now, I know some people say you don't need to match, but to me it would look really disjointed if you had one coloured hat, one coloured pair of shoes, one coloured bag and one coloured belt. Unless you're really going for something that's really colourful, it will look a lot more coordinated and sophisticated to link it through. So let me know how you get on with this. Let me know as well, because I love hearing from you, and I love hearing when you say, oh, you know, I've tried what you said to do this and I've started doing it and it's really working. I discovered this outfit and I put it together and it's really working. I love it when I hear that. So let me know when you go to your wardrobe after watching this, what you've discovered. You know, have you suddenly realized that one item goes with something else? You're like, oh my God, that works. In addition, I'll put all the notes, all the links to all the outfits that I showed you today, and I'll also link as much as I can to what I showed you and what I'm wearing myself as well. So have a wonderful day wherever you are. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and comment below as well. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. See you soon. Take care. Bye.